Recording live from the Northeast Georgia Business RadioX studio. This is Northeast Georgia Business Radio presented by Regions Bank. Embrace the FN life. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Welcome back, folks, to another exciting edition of Northeast Georgia Business Radio. I'm your host, Tom Sheldon, and we're coming to you live from the beautiful Empower College and Career Center of Jackson County. And with me today, from Risk and Insurance Consultants, Jake Blount. Jake, welcome to the Northeast studio.
Tom, thanks for having me, man. I couldn't tell you how much I appreciate this, getting to come in, talk about insurance, and show the world that insurance can be a little entertaining. You know?
It can?
It can.
It can?
Now, you see, I talk to a lot of clients, and, you go into it, it's almost like the necessary evil for a business, right? Oh, it's the insurance guy. What does he need from me? But, hey, I try to show them, hey, it's a lot about, interpersonal relationships, and, hey, even if we have to handle business, we can still have fun, too, right?
I hope so.
That's the plan.
I'm not an insurance fan. I have to just tell right up front, full disclosure.
I don't think anyone is. Not until we talk.
Dig a giant hole and throw money in it.
Well, I'm here in case the worst case scenario, but we talk to each other like we want the best case scenario, right?
Well,
That's what it's all about.
Hopefully I never use you.
Right, exactly. I'm just there in the background trying to handle all your assets, make sure you're protected, right? I'm that extra
You're
coat.
like an ex-wife. I just throw money at you and
hope
I never see you.
I'm not going to get over if we start saying that. But that's, hey, yeah, it's kind of
all right.
the same.
It's all right. How long were you in the car today, man? You drove for like 8 hours to get here.
So I drive constantly nowadays. I actually live not too far from here in Commerce, right there on the line, Jefferson and Banks and stuff like that. I'm originally from Cartersville, Georgia. That's where I grew up.
Okay.
I drive up there still to see my dad, my brother, my niece and nephew. And then my office is in Atlanta beside the Battery. So you can imagine, I go from 75 to 85 in a giant U almost all the time.
You did not plan that well.
No. My wife wanted to live near her brother, who's in Commerce.
I can understand that, yeah.
So, I concede almost every decision. I just kind of learned to work around it. Because for years, I didn't even have to drive. For like my previous job.
So you're making up for it?
And some.
So you go down to the Brave Stadium.
I live at the Brave Stadium is where I try to be almost all the time.
You just don't sleep there?
Correct. Everything but sleeping.
Wow. How long have you been doing that?
Gosh, so I used to work on cruise ships. I used to be basically a travel agent who lived on cruise ships for about 5 or 6 years all around the world, but in a very tiny space, right? You get these little metal rooms.
I don't do cruise ships very well.
It's a half and half. It's a split. Some people love it.
It has to be.
But some people can't be on a
I'm not
floating
stuck on a
vessel,
ship, no.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, gosh, no.
Now, it takes some getting used to, but if you're a guest, hey, it's a pretty great experience all in all, especially for families. I think it's a good way to go. But, living on there for 5 or 6 years, I'm making up for the driving and then some at this point.
You were floating, not driving.
That's right.
It's kind of weird.
It switches your equilibrium. I would get off the ship, and it would take me about 2 weeks to adjust
I can imagine.
to normal life.
It's not jet lag, it's boat lag.
Boat lag.
I
was boat lagging.
That's really weird, man.
And the contract.
Well, this all went in a totally
months.
different direction. I had no idea it was going to go. So how'd you get into insurance?
We're
going from, what'd you say? You weren't a cruise director. You were
it's basically I was a travel agent partner of Norwegian Cruise Line.
Okay.
Yep. So I worked just for that cruise line in general, and I developed a program where, hey, how about you just let me stay on the ship, and I'll build out a customer loyalty base by selling different programs to those who already vacation with you. So
so you kind of were a cruise director.
In a way. I partnered with
I'm getting a weird Love Boat thing in my head. I can't remember her name, but I should remember her name. But anyway.
Most would call me Gilligan, but Love Boat
Wow, I hope
too.
not, man. That's not good for everyone else if you're Gilligan.
Right.
Anyway.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay, insurance. You do sell insurance.
Yes.
Or you consult it. You don't sell it.
Well, I like to think of myself as like the trusted consultant advisor.
Okay.
I talk to the companies. I see all that you need, whether it's, work comp, property, if you need liability, if you need some specialty coverage for some scheduled auto or equipment, inland marine. I can do everything under the sun with risk and insurance consultants. And then also, we kind of handle everything for a business if you want us to. We do benefits. We can do HR. I have partners in payroll. I'm like a one-stop shop for business needs, and I develop your comprehensive insurance package, but I'm more of a risk management advisor. I'm here to help you along the way, I
was about to ask you, where does the risk part come in at?
So we have a sister company underneath the same parent. It's called Applied Risk Solutions, and what their job is to come in, see what you got going on. Hey, maybe you need this safety manual, this safety class, this PPE. Here's some ways we can mitigate on the forefront. Maybe you've had some claim history in your past that we need to look over, get cleaned up over the next few years so we can reposition you inside the market with different carriers, get those premiums down, and get you some better coverage.
You say clean up. That just takes time, doesn't it?
It all takes time. It takes time and effort, right? But if you're serious about your business, you want it to grow the right way, we're the perfect partner.
Now, do you just cater primarily to businesses?
Now, we do have personal lines, I do commercial lines, and then we have small business. Inside the umbrella of my company, we can do everything. But myself personally, I'm a commercial line certified specialist. So that's in my wheelhouse.
That sounds really fancy.
It does. It takes a lot of hours of classes constantly to keep these designations on your name, basically.
Yeah, keep your hours up.
Oh my gosh. Like every 2 years, you have to have like 24 hours of classes. I don't have to get relicensed, thank goodness. Then you go to different carriers to make sure your destination matches what their requirements are. Like it's a constant having to go to school kind of feeling.
How many carriers do you work with?
Now, we don't work with all of them at my agency because we want to only work with the best, right?
Of course.
Kind of, bring some more importance to what we do. We work with all of the major ones in like a standard market, and then we choose our own like broker here and there, E&S markets, excess and surplus markets. I mean, it'd be hard to give you a total number.
Oh, you don't have to.
Yeah.
Most people just make one up.
No.
But I respect you for not doing that.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're dropping big terms. You're dropping big terms. E&S, I have no idea what that means.
If you are a business who maybe has, let's say you want to do whitewater rafting, Tom's Whitewater Rafting.
There's very little chance of that, but boy, you picked something, I tell you.
Right. So that's a risk that a lot of standard markets may be like, whoa, hey, he doesn't have enough payroll for us to want to pay these claims to like workers' comp or general liability. That's a risk we're not here to do.
Right.
Well, if you go to an excess and surplus market, a lot of them will take risks like that, but it's at a higher premium.
Of course.
Right. Or if you've had problems in the past, you have a claim history, a high experience mod, it means you've had some
Another
claims.
Big term, I have no idea what that means.
Had some claims in workers' comp.
Experience mod.
Yes, sir.
That really sounds fancy.
A lot of the terms are jargon, fancy jargon.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, but it's my job to break it down and let you know, hey, that just means you had some workers' compensation claims. It's made your premium go up, but here's what we can do to get that mod down, get your premium down.
Get the mod down. Do insurance companies just sit around and come up with these terms? And I'm kidding.
I believe that's the lawyer's department.
Is that what it is?
Because you have to take it like this. Each individual insurance policy is a legal doctrine.
Yes.
It's all full of just like contract language. Mm-hmm. And, I dealt with a little bit of that when I was over at UGA. Go Dogs. Learned a little bit about it.
You're a dog.
Yes, sir.
Go Dogs.
Go Dogs, baby. Yes.
And you didn't want to move to Commerce? What's the deal with that?
Well, my dad is a little bit older, so I wanted to be there to help him out.
Gotcha.
Sadly, my mom, passed away last year.
Where's Dad at? Sorry about Mom. Where's Dad at?
He's in Cartersville. He lives about 5-10 minutes away from my brother and my niece and my nephew.
Gotcha.
My brother's really carried the load on that for the last 5 or 6 years.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate that.
Thank you, Jimmy. While I've been doing, my thing, trying to get established and
living
doing all
on
this
cruise
stuff.
ships.
Yeah, right. They're like, oh yeah, the guy permanently on vacation.
That's what it kind of sounds like to me, to be honest with you.
I mean, I'm super fortunate. That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like, my wife has been to over 65 different countries.
You were married through this.
I got married during the time.
So she lived on a boat ship with you.
I met her first day.
She's an amazing person.
She is.
She has to be.
She was a professional dancer for like 7 years on cruise ships.
Nice.
And for some reason or another, hey, luck of the draw,
Hey, whatever works.
I'm telling you.
Good job. We're going to take a real quick break. We're going to play a community partner spot for just a moment. One of our great community partners is Piedmont Injury Massage. Injuries can come from everyday life or even after surgery. Massage can be a benefit even if the damage was done a long time ago or it just happened. Contact Piedmont Injury Massage today and find out how they can help you with your recovery. Owner Hart Fandrich provides a personal, hands-on service with many types of massages. Visit PiedmontInjuryMassage.com. That's PiedmontInjuryMassage.com and begin your path to recovery and wellness today. And while you're at it, check out our new website, negabrx.com, to see all our great community partners. Jake, you still there?
I'm still here, Tom. We're ready.
You didn't run off on me?
No. I wanted to listen to the ad break.
Well, we got bills to pay around here. I got to pay all those insurance premiums.
Do anything you can.
I'll tell you what. No, a big thank you to all of our community partners for helping make the wheels turn here at Northeast Georgia Business RadioX. What were we talking about, man? We were talking about cruise ships.
Well, I want you to know a little bit more about me, but I also now want to let you know a little bit more about risk.
We
and
have to talk about
consultants.
business, really?
We do on the
Cruise ships are a lot more fun than insurance.
Well, that's why I wanted to talk about myself. Not only because I'm a narcissist. It's
well,
just I want everyone to know who I am.
If we'd have led with that, or with insurance, people would have just turned it off.
Oh, 100%. Anyone would have. You could watch YouTube to try to figure out, insurance, but if the guy's not entertaining, why would I care anyway?
Why would you bother?
Exactly.
So in my notes, it says local retail agent.
Exactly.
That sounds important too.
Well, the thing is, you have a lot of insurance, places like an Allstate or like a State Farm or this or that. What we are is an independent local retailer of insurance. We don't have to use one of these big carriers to develop your plan. We have the entire market at our disposal, so I'm able to really dive in, see what your needs are, and build something exactly to what your business needs by using the correct carriers who will have the lowest premiums competitively and still give you the best coverage. There's not a lot of independent retailers at the local level anymore, and that's why people are kind of missing out on the interpersonal relationship that you could have with an agent that really supports your business. Like I tell people all the time, just like I told you, I drive up and down the roads all day, man. Mm-hmm. It's not going to be much out of my day to come and see you, see what you're facing, really dive in and get to understand you. That way you feel supported. Let's take advantage of being a local agent. Let's work together. If you have time, I'm just going to come see what you do and come see what the issue is and feet to the ground, come work.
So you're not just a 1-800 number.
I'm not a pencil pusher. I'm not what I call a mass quoting specialist. Like a lot of people will call me like, I need a quote on this. And I'll be like, yeah, give me 2 seconds here. How do you want to do your business?
Right.
Because I can quote you all day. I'm the best person to give you a $100 insurance policy. But at the end of the day, that policy is not going to mean anything when you need a claim. And it's my job to tell you that and to teach you that because, hey, there's plenty of people who will burn and churn, take your money. Oh, that policy didn't work. Too bad, so sad at claim time. Like, I'm here. I help you with the audit. I help you with the claim. Like I said, if you need benefits, HR, even payroll, there's ways that we help you. That's why we're consultants and advisors and not just, I'm not in it for the money. I know people say that, but I've had plenty of careers. I could tell you all about all 5 careers I've had.
Can you go back to the cruise ship?
Yes.
It's still there.
I can. I could always go back to the cruise ship. I actually got a degree at the University of Georgia for digital and broadcast media. I've worked for Fox Sports. I've worked for 21st Century Fox when they had their studio in North Atlanta. I used to do local news. I was a reporter in the Ozarks. I've had distinguished jobs. I only do the job I do now because, hey, this is what I want to do.
You must.
Yeah, exactly.
You sound well-rounded.
I try my best, man. You tell people I decided to go to a cruise ship for 5 or 6 years. They think, oh, he just wanted to go vacation, stuff like that.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. I mean, I don't blame you.
That's part of it.
If you're into cruise ships.
It was going to be the way to see the world. And honestly, when my office dissolved, when Fox and Disney, that merger happened, there was some, dissolving of offices in Atlanta. And I was like, okay, well, I can keep going, maybe move to LA or wherever else. But hey, if I'm going to do that, let me try this route for a little bit. So I went to the travel agency line, and that really led to this job because after the pandemic and kind of seeing like, well, do I want to do the cruise ship kind of thing forever? I came back home for my wife's brother's wedding, and one of my best friends from childhood called me and said, what are you doing with your life? And I said, you know what? I don't know. I don't really want to go live on the ship anymore.
Since you asked me.
Yeah, and he's like, you need to come and try to work for us. And, his name's Mitchell Molina. His father, Steve Molina, is the president of Risk and Insurance Consultants. And they've been at it for 30 years, providing a great product. And I was like, yeah, I'd love to be a part of that team.
It's kind of like a family business, isn't it?
It is. That's basically what it is. There's 2 senior partners, Steve Molina, Bobby Kitchen. They have over 60 years experience in insurance. Steve and Mitchell are from Cartersville, where I'm from. And, we're licensed in 46 states. They help the entire country. But really, it's a Southeastern feel. It's homey. It's local. And like you said, family business.
You know the senior partners.
I annoy the senior partners.
Really?
I go in all the time like, hey, I need your intrigue. I need your investment in what I'm doing because I know you have a clearer view because you've done it longer, right? And they're accessible. That's the best thing.
Yeah, that must be helpful.
Oh my God, I've had jobs where they've just thrown you out to Lion's Den, even on a cruise ship, right? It is a fun time for guests, but everyone else who runs the actual ship is from a naval base of some sort. They have naval training. And
you probably did not. Is that what you're getting to?
I definitely did not. My dad was in the Navy. I'm not, and I don't know how to really work in that system. And
whatever they say.
Right, exactly.
They have you at sea. What are you going to do? Say no?
No, you can't. You cannot say no. Yeah, because they'll throw you in the brig or the freezer, whichever's closer.
Or over the side.
That's a little bit more work. I think there's like maritime law for that.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, those keep you in house. Lock you away, put a security guard outside
the door. That
really
can happen on a cruise ship.
There's a lot that can happen that people don't know about.
I don't want to know.
Well, that's the thing. I don't want to take away that fun for people and the image they have in their mind. But yeah, man, it's like a little floating city. They have everything on there. You toe the line. You may be having fun there, but there's plenty of people on there with some form of military experience.
How about that? Now I know I'll never go on a cruise ship.
Well, you can see great places all around the world. Like I've been to St. Petersburg, which you can't go to anymore. I've been to Thailand, went to Hawaii for 3 months, and I tell people that and they're like, oh, tough job. And sometimes it was better than others. Got to see a bunch of the world and got paid for.
All right, so before we get out of here, what is the sweet spot business-wise? A business with ...
I am a generalist. I can help any business, whether you're doing trucking and garage, whether you're retail.
But there's got to be a sweet spot.
The sweet spot is...
We're not doubting your ability. We want to know what your ability is.
Right. I mean, because I could sit here and go, I only want the major, you're making millions, whatever.
Of course.
But I don't.
If that could be a sweet spot, I don't know.
I want the person who is just starting out, who wants to do something the right way, who will take advice from an entire team, because that's what you get, our entire team with tons of experience. If you're looking to start your business and you don't know A through Z, I want to start with you. I want to grow with you together. That's it.
Nice. And you set up almost everything they need. They just have to go make money.
That's 100%.
You're not making the money for them.
I'm not making the money for
you. If you could figure that out, hey.
Right, but
I'll sign you up right here at the studio.
I'm not the business owner, but I'm here to support you. I'll be the best support system you can have.
So now you're a cheerleader.
Yes, I'll cheer for you all day, because if you succeed, I succeed.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
They'll keep you around.
Hey, I cheer for the dogs. I cheer for you, baby.
Go dogs.
Go dogs.
Go dogs. Hey, man, you got websites?
We do. So it's going to be risk and insurance consultants, just like the name, .com. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. That's probably the big one.
Are you on LinkedIn, or is it the company, or both?
Both. You can see me and all of my fun little experiences that we talked about today. You can see the company. I want you to look into appliedrisksolutions.net. That's the risk management side. We all are under the same umbrella at the end of the day. We work with Highmark Benefits. That's our business benefits sector. We have Intrinsic HR for your HR solutions. It's all under the same company. We put it all in one package. We're your one-stop shop. You only have to talk to one guy for all this stuff. And you don't have to pay for a PEO, which is usually hundreds of thousands of dollars to get into.
What's a PEO?
It's basically what we're doing as a one-stop shop by these mega companies who charge you tons and tons of money just to get into it.
Makes sense to me.
That's right. We're trying to not cut them out, because I do want to partner with some of them, but we're trying to make it easier for the business owner to have one person to help support their success.
And that's you, Jake. That is you.
That's me, Tom.
Nice.
Yes.
Well, if we got it all in, brother, they're going to play my music.
Let's do it, baby.
Oh, and it's loud. Hello. Folks, check Jake Blount out. Risk and Insurance Consultants. riskandinsuranceconsultants.com. It's all one word. Spell out the word and, A-N-D. I'm Tom Sheldon. We'll talk to you soon.
Savings goals keeping you up at night? Let a Regions banker help you build a Regions Greenprint plan, a free financial roadmap personalized for what matters to you. Start building your financial confidence. Visit Regions.com to find a branch near you. Regions Bank, member FDIC.